And we're back. So yeah, I'm officially finished with school. Officially as of last week. So the 30th, my ID expired, and then the 1st of July, I get my grades, all of my grades, them now, my 5 grades, and I did missing, and I pass everything. I get one C plus, which I'm not surprised because that's for research. I get a B plus, kind of do want an A minus that one day. I get 3 A's, 1 A and 2 A minus, I think, or is it 2 A and 1 A minus? Anyways, my pass. Your girl GPA a 3.36, upper second class honors. I can work with that. I'm not feeling ashamed. So, anyways, the movie review that I did, it seems to be doing good. A lot of views. Nobody didn't really comment, but I mean, no problem. But just kind of like say, people are watch it and them see if I enjoy it. Because if the amount of people watch it in comparison to the other videos, let me see if I enjoy it. So anyways, for those who didn't remember, it's the Coach How to Hey video. And today I'm going to do a Pride and Prejudice 2005 version video. I was planning on doing a movie review, but the one I was going to do was going to be so close. It's this 2005 as well. Is it 2005? No. It's which year? 2002 video. Yeah, 2002 movie. I already have more to say about it, but I say, let me just do the Pride and Prejudice one. So anyways, for Pride and Prejudice, I have watched the 1980 version, which was nice. It was nice. I've watched the 1993 version with Colin Firth, and that was very nice. I watched Pride and Prejudice with Aisha Rai Bachchan. I may have butchered that name. Apologies. And some other adaptations what you call that something? Bridget Jones's Diary, and so on and so forth. So I've watched enough Pride and Prejudice, so now I watch the 2005 version. Have I read the novel? I do have it, but I have not fully read everything. I probably read the first chapter. I started, and it's not that it's boring. It's just that I got distracted. At the time I got distracted, and now I'm not really interested in reading it, especially I want to know how it goes. But I may read it sometime in the future. I also have Sense and Sensibility. I've watched that. Will I do a movie on that? I'm not quite sure. I prefer Pride and Prejudice over Sense and Sensibility. Although Sense and Sensibility have Alan Rickman in it. I'm gonna love Alan Rickman. Anyways, yeah. So the novel, I don't know what happened. My mind just got blank for a little bit. Alright, so the movie is based on Jane Austen's 1813 novel of the same name, and it follows the story of the Bennet sisters, Maid Elizabeth, and to a little extent her sister Jane, and Elizabeth's prejudice towards the handsome Fitzwilliam Darcy. I don't know why I said like that. But anyways, whose prideful behavior turned others off. He's an asshole-ish. So anyways, the 2005 one stars Keira Knightley as Elizabeth and Matthew McFadden, apologies, as Darcy. And it stars some other famous people too, like the girl who come in Gone Girl, Rosamund Pike, Rosamund. Anyways, and some other famous people. So anyways, the movie starts off with the Bennet parents talk about for go look for one man for one of them 5 girl picnic. So keep in mind, the novel is sometime about the turnabout of the 19th century, and the 19th century, not give or take, 19th century is between 1801 and 1900. So the only way a woman can really get by was to marry rich. So nowadays, if you try to do that, them go on bad with you. Make a woman look for a rich man and see how them go on. The man with the mother a pre, him named Charles Bingley. So the father tell her, say him already check out the man and him done set up a thing because them a plan for go one ball. And him say, yeah, the man go did it. So the mother depend, oh, my nerves. She annoy me with her nerves. It's a running gag about her nerves, but she get pan my nerves. So the next scene, one ball I keep, same ball, and a ball is technically like the club back in the day. It's a place where man go look woman and woman go look man. You really don't do it for the dancing. So ballroom dancing are going on, everybody have a good time, and not even a good time, a dashing time. Yeah. Then the music get cut because Bingley and him crew step in. The thing is, Bingley is this like adorably nerdy guy, and his squad include his bestie Darcy, which kind of have like an asshole-ish type of personality, and his sister. His sister, ugh, his sister, I can't bother with her. She petty. She not even petty. She just, ugh. I don't even know how to describe her. So, anyways, they try them walk across the room and the music start back. I say, you know, say, yeah, eat when you can just step in, music cut, and then you just walk across the room, everybody make space here, and then the music start back. So the mother rush in with her husband to introduce the girls them to Bingley and his adorably smiling self. Him always a smile while Darcy did a brood. So in the meantime, Bingley him did a talk to Jane and Elizabeth, and it is very apparent that the two of them like each other. So Elizabeth decides to go leave them and go find our best friend Charlotte. Is Charlotte father host the ball. So she and Charlotte they like under the chairs or them are somewhere kind of obscured by a crowd. And them end up here Darcy attack to Bingley. But the man at this are quite right. Eventually, Bingley, Jane, Elizabeth, Darcy, and the mother attack and the mother badmouth Charlotte. She, the mother upset me, honestly. So she's like, Charlotte isn't that pretty. The pretty one is really Jane and all of that. And Elizabeth is like, mother, she's like, you can't say them something there. And then she's like, oh, but Elizabeth will never admit it because it's her friend. And Elizabeth is so aghast. Anyways, the conversation turned to how poetry can be the food of love and all of that. Because the mother say, oh, man used to come at the yard and look Jane with pretty letters and so on, pretty verses and so on. And Elizabeth say, after a while that can only last so long and no more. And then Darcy is like, but I thought poetry was the food of love. So she's saying, yeah, but if after a while it just upset you, then what's the sense? So I'm saying, how can one encourage? I'm paraphrasing here. Him say, how can one encourage love then? And she say, or encourage conversation or something like that. And she say, by dancing with them. And it's basically the fact that his face was like, oh shit. Him realized say she did hear him a bad motor, and her comeback was said in the nicest possible way. So I think it's like right here, him start prayer little bit, yeah. So next scene. Jane gets invited to the Bingley's house, but the letter is from the sister. And she's like, oh, Charles now got dead, and the mother is like, what? Then where you go? You know what? Go on, because he must come on back. And Jane did want to take the carriage. But the mother, because she's a matchmaker, she decides say Jane must ride a horse. Because rain soon start fall. If Jane ride a horse, them now can't make she come out because the rain a fall and there's nothing to protect her going back. So she sent her off. So Elizabeth get one letter from Jane. Well, she get one letter from the Bingley household to say Jane sick, which must happen if on a mad mama send her out in the rain. Anyways, Elizabeth decides to go look for her sister and she walked through the mud instead of like take the horse or a carriage. Which would have make more sense because I mean, if it was raining, you would want to kind of bring out the carriage. So she go wading in the mud and dirty up her foot and her dress. So Darcy, Charles, and Caroline, they might have breakfast. And as soon as the butler say, a Miss Elizabeth Bennet, Darcy jump up, skin catch a fire. Caroline did she tried this her. I ask her, good heavens, Miss Bennet, did you walk here? Something like so. And Elizabeth's like, yeah, I did. And but Darcy is so enthralled. Him can't help but look on her because him not saying nothing and she's just like staring as well. But not in that like she's like, boy, where you come from? What my sister there? And then she asks them where her sister, and he's like, oh, she's upstairs. And him still there stand up even after she gone. I'm like, boy is whipped. Boy is whipped. So the sister they meet up, the two of them meet in the room and they might talk and a laugh. Because Elizabeth is saying, not Darcy, my name, Bingley's happy to have you here and all of that. It's just sad that you're sick. So the next scene we have the mother and the three other daughters them I go out a road for a look soldier man. red coats at that. Militiamen. Ugh. The last two daughters, them love man like how dry peas love corn. Yeah, them love man like how dry peas love water. Not dry peas love corn. Dry peas love water. The other daughter, she is more nerdy. Anyways, the next scene, Carolina try look Darcy. She not stop giving compliments. And Elizabeth did I wonder why she had tried so hard. Them start talk about the meeting of or the meaning, sorry, of an accomplished woman. And Darcy and Caroline have much to say, while Elizabeth is skeptical. Caroline realized that there's a little thing going on between Darcy and Elizabeth. So she asked Elizabeth to walk around the room with her because she knows that Darcy had notice. My thing is, the simple things in life are just so entertaining. Like, let's walk about the room for fun. And when you're there, you don't walk up and down in the house, them say you're mad. Anyways, she and Darcy exchange more words because I'ma ask her. She a say she's skeptical of the amount of woman him know if can ascribe the word accomplish unto them. And the two of them are banter or bicker. Yeah, the two of them are B word together. So next thing, you Quint and the other Bennett woman come at the people in yard, and Elizabeth is so embarrassed. Eventually, them leave, and possibly one of the hottest things I have ever seen take place. Elizabeth is being helped into the carriage by Darcy, and my boy now have no gloves, and she now have no gloves, and so them end up have skin to skin contact. Which kind of like amongst non-family members is, I dare say, scandalous. And then Darcy does the hand flicks, the infamous hand flicks, after walking off, and my heart still skips to the beat. Oh my gosh, I love the party. I love the party. I don't know. It's like one of the sexiest things I've ever seen. Like, damn, better than twerking and whining. I said it. So, like the connotation that is there's some sexual tension and awkwardness in that kind of thing. And as someone wants my son for have me in attention or for bring tension in the room when the two are there. I that more with somebody son. So yeah, the next scene them introduce Mr. Collins, the Bennett family's cousin, or Mr. Bennett's cousin, actually, second cousin. And so the thing about this is that back in them day, there was this operation by law known as primogeniture. So this is where all property was passed to the eldest male descendant rather than being divided equally among the offsprings. So basically, if you have daughter, you get frigged. If you have daughters, you get frigged. Because the boy picking gonna get everything. And if you don't have no sons, it's gonna get passed down to another male relative. With that being said, because Mr. Bennett only have 5 girl picnic, and basically he's got no hairs. Hairs. Heirs. You pronounce that or you want to pronounce it? Ain't that what's that word? Homophone? Homonym? Listen, I just left college and I don't remember any of these things. So anyways, Mr. Colin being the distant second cousin would get all the property. But the thing about Collins is he's just so freaking annoying. He's an ingratiating man and excessively boring. So anyways, he has a patronage, someone who gives support to someone else, and her name is Lady Catherine de Boer. Again, I may have butchered that. And him can chat some other things, but him so full of shit, and he can't make hot crossbone. What fat. Why am I get angry? So the father and the daughter them taunt him with sentences and phrases basically that literally go over my head, and I laugh off him when he respond because his response don't make no friggin' sense. Alright, his response makes sense, but it's like I said, it's just full of shit. Can't make party. So anyways, him seem to look Jane, but the mother make him know say, yo, Jane is already taken, basically. So you can go and try Elizabeth. And then for the next scene, the girls end up meet George Doty, where we come a lieutenant. Lieutenant, basically a tenant. Elizabeth seemed to like him little because he's charming. And of course, our sister Kitty and Lydia, them love him because them love man. Them a walk go back home because them they meet and I buy some decorations for one upcoming ball. So them a walk go back home and come across Darcy and Bingley who got them also invite them. Anyways, Darcy right off when him see Wickham and Wickham get fit inside of the story to Elizabeth. And of course, in a film side, Darcy bad mind him because Darcy's father did always like him and rate him more than Darcy. And when the father did, Darcy decided him gonna kick him out. All that work. But lie. So of course Elizabeth leave him side because Darcy's just kinda like aloof and you can't get no all time. So she definitely have a negative viewpoint of Darcy after this. After this meeting with Wickham. So the next scene, the family them a get ready for the ball. And at the ball, Elizabeth a look for Wickham and Darcy a try to gather the courage to talk to she. Then find out so Wickham not come and it's because Darcy did it. So him not come. And our cousin asked her for dance because him start to look her, based on what the mother did tell him. So them a laugh off him, she and Charlotte, them a laugh off him. And when them done dance, them see Darcy come up to her and ask her if him can get the next dance. And it's so adorably awkward. Oh my gosh. So the two of them a dance and I tried the small talk and it not really work out. So conversation turned to Wickham and it's definitely not going well. And the dance done and the two of them vex basically. So Colin got introduce himself to Darcy for make him know say, yeah, your auntie I'm a patronage. And basically it was a shit show. The family members them no little civility, them no behavior in a social society, social settings. Them come like butu. So party done and everybody gone at them yard. So the Bennets them go back home and them under the impression say, yeah, by now Bingley soon come call Jane. And Mr. Allen, you're Mr. Allen. We are Mr. Allen. And Mr. Collins want quote unquote talk to Elizabeth. So Mama run everybody out of the room. Keep in mind the breakfast them having Mama run everybody out of the room and left Elizabeth for stay. And Elizabeth did that beg everybody for stay. Anyways, Collins proposed to her, and Elizabeth said no. Emphatically. Anyways, she said no. One big no. And all Goody had said no, and I reject the man, him still I go on and on and on. And I say, like him I say, I chase this. Even though you say no, you really mean yes. So she just blam him and run off. And her mother and sister them a listen behind the door. So Mama go to the father for try to get him to force her. And the father say, one parent I got disown you if you marry him, if you say yes for marrying him. And the other one I got disown you if you say no. So you choose. And she basically hug her father because her father gonna be the one for disown her if she say yes. And then the mother depend, oh my nerves, your nerves. So the thing is, her reason for wanting Lizzie to say yes is so that the house can stay in the family and basically take care of the rest of the sisters them in case Mr. Bennet in the event when Mr. Bennet drop out. So the next scene, Bingley, Caroline and Darcy, they leave Netherfield because Netherfield is the place that they were staying. They leave Netherfield and just like that. Yeah, so they leave Netherfield and them send one letter to Jane, Bingley send one letter to Jane and say, I don't really know when I'm going to come back. And just like any true goodie in love, she run after him. She got England with the encouragement of Lizzie. Because if Lizzie say, jump over one cliff, she has tested the height. She has checked the water to ensure that if you jump, no stones will hit you. So she go along with her sister encouragement. And of course, her mother would have wanted to. So she got England. So the next scene we have Charlotte telling Elizabeth, say she accept Mr. Collins' offer of marriage. So after I could get Elizabeth, him go to her best friend. And Lizzie, she's very shocked because she and Charlotte basically always a laugh off him. So she's like, You know, but the things say have more sense than that for marry the idiot. But good girl say she had take it. She not too picky. Me say me not wrong her, but personally, me nah marry him. Ugh, I'm too damn stupid. I'm not gonna have sense of the conversation. Anyways, time pass and she end up go look for her friend after she get one invitation for go check her. And the same day she visit, Lady Catherine decided to come home and she called them over. And and that's where she met Darcy. Cause him they find out the sugar daddy. And she find out that the world really small. Cause it turns out that Darcy is Lady Charlotte's nephew. I did mention that before, didn't I? Yeah. So it turns out that Darcy is Lady Charlotte's nephew. And Darcy did come with him other cousin, Fitzwilliam, Colonel Fitzwilliam. Colonel Fitzwilliam. Me I wonder, because Darcy's name is Fitzwilliam Darcy, and his cousin named Colonel Fitzwilliam, which would imply that Fitzwilliam is his last name. Anyways, something I found funny is that with the seating arrangement, Lady Charlotte and not Lady Charlotte, Lady Catherine, my bad. So Lady Catherine and traditional etiquette dictates that you're not supposed to sit on the side of your spouse or your paramour or whatever. You're not supposed to sit on the side, you're supposed to sit down in front. And then the way she sets it up is that Darcy end up sitting beside Elizabeth, which make him glad about both. So yeah. So in Gladbach boss, I'm no idea mash up him head because him get further side her. So the two of them have small talk and Lady Catherine I watch them because apparently she can tell when there's a spark between people. So at the tiniest chance she gets, she always interrupt them when they talk. The talk that they really have is just like Elizabeth saying, Jane did kind of got England. I don't know if you had met her there or anything like that, or she'll try to get some more time to ask why Bingley check on her, check on her sister. And whenever she get the chance, she try insult Elizabeth. But Elizabeth always have a retort for everything. So eventually she did that. She tried to force Elizabeth to play the pianoforte, and Elizabeth is saying that, I'm not really good at it because we don't have one, and so on and so forth. And she forced her to do it, so she eventually did it. So Darcy go over and him did have a little conversation with her. Him can't help but just try. Anyway, she did him just try for go there. So him go over and as usual them have a little banter, but this time it's more playful than previous. So him cause come over and ask how Darcy was like when him did that the balls them and so on. Balls them. And after she done talk to Darcy, after she done talk and tell the cousin, Darcy say the reason he was like that, basically he is an introvert. Him say him awkward towards people him don't know, and him don't know how to socialize. And she's like, poor excuse. You need to take your auntie advice and practice, because the auntie say if she want to get better at the pianoforte, she need to practice. So she basically say, take your auntie advice, and conversation done. She don't deal with him. And him walk away, and he's just looking at her forlornly walking away. And I think Charlotte kind of like suspects something, because when them they attack, she did watch them. So anyways, next scene come, and him decides to take her advice, taking his aunt's advice. Him go up to her room, and him might try whole small talk with her, and it was so freaking awkward. So and then when him hear the door open, him tell her good day and leave. And Charlotte come in and I wonder what was that about, and the two of them say, I don't know, and the two of them just started to laugh. And I'm like, he's so adorable. I love Darcy. So yeah, the next scene we have them at church, and Collins are the pastor, he's the rector. Him dad at church, and Elizabeth is sitting inside of Fitzwilliam. And him dad basically run off his mouth and say, oh, Darcy helped him best friend break up with one girl who for family crisis. And she not happy at this, because say she knows her family. And at this point we're 1 hour into the show. So after church, rain fall and Elizabeth go out in the rain and ball, because she can't believe that Darcy really do a thing like that. And him come after, and this is her I like, this is my another favorite part. So him come after and I find her, and he professes his love most ardently, I might add. So like I like these stories. I remember like when I was younger, I used to watch and read so many friggin' like Victorian, Edwardian, Elizabethan romance. I was obsessed with these. As I got older, I kind of had sense. I kind of got sense. But every now and then, the teenage me just starts blushing at things like these. I don't know why this which story came into my head, North and South. There was this, it's a novel, I believe, but also a TV series, and I loved that. Anyways, as someone wants my son chase me in the rain, but I need them to bring my umbrella because my hair will shrink. Anyways, I'm not lie. Because if a man they come to me and I confess him love, but also at the same time dissing me, what have it out? I'm gonna done him too. So him basically tell her say everything is against why they must they, but him still want her. So good is like, so if all the way you say supposed to turn you off of me, I don't understand why you still want me. And then she's like, but do you really expect me to marry the person who mash up my sister happiness? And him realize that she know. And you can't really expect. And him say it look like our sister never really like him friend. And him never too like that. So she counter, because she have a retort for everything, like I said. So she counter and say, as shy she did shy. And him I say, but my friend shy too. And it's obvious his friend is adorably shy. And he's like, my friend shy too. And she's like, but my sister don't even tell me some of her business. Anyways, him say, alright, scratch that. What about your family? I him tell her say, our family them come like take a rig and butu, which is not a lie. And she never have a retort for that. Cause she know. Cause at the ball, even she did observe our family and she's like, them embarrassing. And then even Caroline was like, must be nice having families like yours too. So she knows our family really did a BF bad. So she not have nothing to say about that. And then the only thing that she left for counter is with Wickham. I like saying it like that because that's how Darcy calls him. Wickham. Him not like that. Him not like that. So him double down and him insults them towards her. And she gave as good as she got. Even better, I might add. So the two of them are look upon each other like them want kiss. Me a smile. And then him basically apologized. Not basically. Then he did apologize and just left. Goody Bobs a walk up and down round the house like she lost. I guess it's not a sport when you do it by yourself. So Darcy dropped by and him dropped by with a letter explaining in detail the things them. And I am definitely doing letter writing when I get married. I've always liked that, I've always liked writing letter. And then because I love writing poetry, like I'm definitely leaving little letters around the house to my husband and so on and so forth. Maybe when I'm angry with him, write strongly worded letters. So anyways, him tell her say Wickham is a liar and a ephebophile. We come across his, yeah, so him tell her where Wickham do to him sister. Oh, as soon as the father dead, him just take him money and go and yada yada yada. Elizabeth go back home and she see Jane there. And at the same time, Lydia gets invited to go to Brighton with the Fosters. Fosters are some military family. And Elizabeth I try force them father, the other sister, Kitty. Kitty did upset because she never get invited. Reason why Elizabeth was upset because she had tried force them father for don't make Lydia go because Lydia is an embarrassment, and then because of what Darcy did tell her, she just know say them are gonna do something for just like make the family just look bad. But the father say him only want peace and quiet in the house, so him willing to get rid of her. So some time pass and Lizzie and her auntie and uncle them end up at travel and them end up at Pemberley. Now Pemberley is where Darcy resides. But she not too want go there in case she buck up in him. But auntie's like, no man, come. Them rich people than the normally that them, yeah. Must be nice. You can't just go smarty yard and go check it out. Anyways, the housekeeper show them round and them buck up in some statues. I like that part of the series where they have the statues because some houses have paintings, some have statues, and they have like marble busts and so on. And it was really nice. It was cute. So, and they actually saw a bust of Darcy, and that's where Elizabeth started to realize that, yeah, I like this man, possibly even love him. So anyways, the housekeeper and the auntie and uncle, them they end up going with her because she was so enthralled by the statue. And she ended up get lost and then she hears some music. Only for a peep and see one little girl I play the piano forte. And then she see one man hug her up. And it's Darcy and his sister. So she do what any great people do when them shy and them come face to face with them crush. She flirt. And him do what all what all homeowners do when somebody unfamiliar come in at them house, but also the unfamiliar person is your crush. You run off of them. Yeah. So she apologized to intrude and he's like, oh, it's alright. And the two of them are kind of like talk in together. So she apologized and him and say it's alright at the same time. And the two of them awkward with each other. And finally, it's not just him who's awkward. And I thought it was so cute because obviously obviously he still likes her. So she excuses herself and decides to walk back to the inn with him at stay because he had offered to take her. And she's like, no, I like walking. And he's like, oh, I know. And they're like, oh, y'all are so adorable. Ugh. Anyways, when she go, she realized our auntie and her uncle attacked Darcy. So obviously, you either take a carriage or him ride on him horse. I feel like more than like him would ride on the horse because carriage I'm like, two people kind of thing. And I feel like him would have more take the horse. Anyways, them tell her say him invite them in yard and him introduce them to Georgiana. He must introduce Elizabeth to Georgiana and the two of them is like flirting into each other and Georgiana is an adorable little girl. She likes Elizabeth and the two of them just did a flirt. So anyways, look at her she get one letter, say Lydia ran away with and when them leave, then them leave, Darcy yard and she go back home. And her mother did a lie down and complain about her. Can't do that woman, yeah. Her mother did a lie down and complain about her nerves. And when them find her, them find out, say, she's married. Yeah, them find out that she's married. And the mother is quite happy at that. A daughter married at 15. And it's like, is that the only thing I care about? And she's like, when you have 5 daughters, you tell me what you really care about. Which, understandable, because in a them time day, where... yeah, 5 girl picnic. That's a Dory. Where you don't have it's not like say you have the house or nothing. So I kind of understand to an extent. So she and we come back home and she did a flaunt her ring and her dirty lifestyle. And I tell her sister them, oh, do go to Brighton. That's where to meet men. And Elizabeth is like, I don't want your way of meeting people because it's just wrong. Anyway, she tells Lizzie say it was Darcy that discovered them and Darcy was the one who paid for everything. And this made Elizabeth feel bad. Because, especially how she did treat him. Anyways, Bingley and Darcy, they come back to Netherfield. And Bingley go check the Bennett girls. So the mother did go on, but she have one she never said bad breed, but she have a bad breed picnic where get married and it was in the newspaper, but them never write about it good because the circumstances weren't written properly and so on and so forth. And Elizabeth feels so bad because she ended up a look on Darcy and she knows and he knows that she knows. And anyways, Elizabeth is the only one who was like cordial towards him. And she asked him how is he and how long is him I got dead. And he kind of looked surprised because she had talked to him in front of our family. What him tell her say my plan for go away again soon. Basically must have the next day and she's like, oh, so soon. Exceedingly disappointed. So anyways, Bingley is adorable. Again, I know, right? So especially when he's nervous and we have a scene where he's practicing on proposing to Jane. So him go back inside, same day, go back inside and actually go propose to her. And Elizabeth got under one tree. Elizabeth got on and trying to contemplate her life choices while Darcy did all watch her and then walk away. Poor thing. So nighttime come and Miss Etiquette with bad etiquette, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, she come and knock at people them door in the wee hours of the night going morning. And if I me, I would open the door. Listen, I not even keep my phone on ring. My phone always up on vibrate. Nor do I answer any calls early in the morning. I not do it. I'm a worse not answer nobody call late in the night. I not do it. Don't do it. You gonna get me when me wake up. So anyways, she come for question Elizabeth about Darcy. That make it worse. You come on my yard for chat about man, not even your man. Wake me up from my bed for chat about man. You must be mad. Anyway, it turns out that Darcy and her daughter are supposed to marry. So she say. So the part where it upset me, cause a witch bitch would have disturbed my sleep, but foolishness. Anyways, calm down. She'll go toe to toe with Elizabeth, and Elizabeth step on her can each time. You know, it's a good girl eventually run her and run her a nine family. Mostly her enough mother. Because I'm like, Elizabeth, what happened? What happened? Mother run her. Because when she did meet Catherine, she's like, oh, I just have a daughter. Because that's how her daughter get married. Because everybody will come at the yard, she had tell them. The woman is like, she tell Elizabeth, she never tell the mother. She's like, but no, the circumstances are how your sister get married. I know. So anyways, Elizabeth run her family finally. But she can't go back to sleep. So she go outside in the cold not to watch the sunrise. Once the fog clear. And lo and behold, Darcy! Him a walk come towards her. Him chest ear show. Ugh. I'm not really like that. I don't like chest ear. Chest ear my thing. So anyways, two of them apologize. And one thing led to another. And him admit that him only do the Lydia and Wickham thing for her and convince Bingley that Jane really loves him. And as someone have sway over somebody's son, him confess that him still in love with her, but him need her to tell him if the reason she run him auntie is cause she love him now, or if she still don't like him. So him proposed to her again, and his words are poetry. Alright, so the thing is, both proposals were good. But let me just quote for you the second proposal. If, however, your feelings have changed, I will have to tell you, you have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I wish never be parted from you from this day on. Like, seriously, this is how men need to talk. I want somebody to talk to me like this. Like when I was younger, especially as a teenager, I really used to love like talking. Like I love Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. I literally used to quote Shakespeare. Quote the sonnet. I had this poetry book, and for the life of me, I can't find it. It didn't have just Shakespeare poems. It had like everybody friggin' poem. And for the life of me, I don't know where it is. I'm gonna want to cry. One big ass poetry book, I want to cry every time I think about it. And then I can't even search on Google or Amazon or anywhere because I do not remember the name of the book. I'm upset. So yeah. And then I didn't quote the first one though. The first one was, in vain have I struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. Like, sir, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. This is how I don't want to come. And to me, this is not corny. I've heard corny bars. Like, I mean, this is in comparison to how Jamaican men flirt. Like, babes, it's sweet like condensed milk. Lyrics, poetry. So, anyways, she kissed him on and said it cold. And there's this saying, apparently, that says that a person who has cold hands have a warm heart. So I guess it's signifying the change in Darcy's heart towards certain things. Not just her, because he'd be kind of love her from love, but his willingness to do certain things. Mostly because of she's still. But anyways, the two of them bump heads and it's cute! It's cute! It's cute! It's cute! It's cute! 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 I love them! So, by now the sun come up and Darcy forgot to her father to ask her hand, and she convinced her father say she really love him because her father is like, Elizabeth, what happened? We used to laugh off of this guy. You know, why? And then she convinced her father say it's not for about the money because he must say, yeah, he's rich and everything. And she's like, Daddy, it's not about the money. I know me. It's not about the money. And she just want to marry him for him because she really love him. Then she tell her daddy how the family basically owe him for him to for Lydia, because when the father did find out how much money was paid, he was under the assumption that it was his brother who did it. And when he found out that it was Darcy who did it, he's like, oh my gosh, what if I gonna repay him, or how we gonna repay him? And she's like, no, that's the thing. He doesn't even want repayment. He doesn't even want anybody to know that him do it. And she admit that she was prejudiced towards him based on her own feelings. And all this time, Darcy, the outsider, waits. I'm going to walk back and forth. And the family, them, the other sisters and the mother, them are looking here like, what's happening? And Jane is actually the eldest sister. And Jane, even though Elizabeth was actually the eldest sister, Jane is actually the eldest. And Jane is like, apparently the two of them did love each other. And the mother is like, you didn't know? And she said, I didn't know. And yeah, anyways, the father gave her in blessing. And him saying they know in good mood. So if anybody else come from other girl pick the name, him ready to get him way. And then we have the next scene. Elizabeth and Darcy. Apparently they're married already. And they are flirting in the night under the light. The two of them decide on what pet names he must get Elizabeth, and he is very happy just to call her Mrs. Darcy, and she's just happy to hear it. Like, that's how I'm gonna be being Mrs. Whatever. I have, I have definitely put myself in Elizabeth's position after a while. I love it, sure. So, anyways, she tell him that she's happy, and the two of them happy, and then them kiss, 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 and it done, and that is my review of Pride and Prejudice 2005. My thoughts: I love it. I love the show. I actually recently watched Pride and Prejudice. Good. I could have watched it a number of times, but I don't know. When I was like younger, I didn't want to watch it because it did seem very long. And a bit advertisement there come on every minute, so it just when I should have watched it, I didn't. So I only watched Pride and Prejudice when I turned, was it 27? Yeah. But like I said, I knew about it, I knew what happened. Having watched Bride and Prejudice, because I watched Bride and Prejudice like in 2009 when I was, how old was I? Maybe 14, 15 probably. So I kind of knew what to expect and so on. And then because I had watched the 2005 version last year, I think, I ended up watching the other two one, the 1981 and the 1991 one. Was it 91 or 93? Anyways, or 83. Anyways, I watched that after last year and everything. And I liked it. I liked all the versions of them. So, but this one is by far my favorite. This one makes me blush. Not to say that the others, because the one with Colin Firth did give me the tingles, but this one makes me blush. So yeah, I would suggest like who haven't. Grammar escapes me sometimes. If you never watch it, you can go watch it. I'm not gonna talk about all the spoilers and this and that. Listen, these things come out from Wappy Kill Philip. People need to go watch something with them and talk about, oh, spoilers ahead. No, me not say that. It don't spoil. But yeah, that's it. So peace out until our next one. Next one, me do is So Close, a Hong Kong Chinese movie. We'll see why I say Hong Kong Chinese and all of that. Bye.